Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Appreciate you guys showing up. We have 7 days before we decide on a new president. And so, as much as I would like to be able to talk about reentry, um, solely, I should say, in its own respect or through that lens, I think it's important for us to talk about how reentry refers to voting and impacts voting, right? So when folks are coming out of jails, prisons, and institutions, they should be informed on their ability or inability to vote. 90% of the folks who are incarcerated in jails right now are innocent. They are there pre-trial. They should be able to vote. Jail officials, jail administrators, you guys have to be informed. You guys um, have to take it upon yourself to bear the onus of knowing your role in the process. Organizers and institutions and organizations that um, assist folks who are returning from jails, prisons, and detention centers, you have to put pressure on jail administrators. We have to put enough pressure on them that they bear the consequence and feel the pain of not making sure folks are able to exercise their civil liberties and civil rights, one of those being able to vote. So I think it's, as we're gone a week away and we're heading into it, criminal justice is on the ballot, up and down. Make sure you turn the ballot over in some places. If you have a mail-in ballot, make sure you turn the ballot over. If you're going into the actual booth, make sure you go down ballot. In some places, they're not allowing you to vote straight ticket anymore. So you're going to have to actually vote for each individual candidate, each individual. There's a lot of folks running for president. Did you know that? Like, don't get confused on the ballot. You know what I'm talking about? Like, don't. There's a lot of folks running for president, but there's also a lot of folks running for district attorney. There's a lot of folks running for senate. Um, so we want to make sure that when we're filling out our ballot, we're going all the way down the ballot. I understand that it's the presidential election. I get it. But there are other elections happening that are just as important. You have to remember, the closer the level of government, the more impact it has on your life. In other words, if you have a pothole out in front of your house, and every time you pull down your driveway, your back tire hits that pothole, the president ain't gonna help you fix that. However, your city council member is, right? So you have to be cognizant of the levels of impact that the government has, the levels the government have on your life. And that's why it's important for us to vote down ballot as well as up ballot. All right. In some places, you have ballot initiatives, and those ballot initiatives, like in New Jersey, there was a ballot initiative to legalize marijuana. Right? And for someone like me that suffers from epilepsy, marijuana has really been the only thing outside of these seizure meds that I've had that's been able to control it. In some places like Oklahoma, there's a state question 805 that reduces the amount of impact your past criminal history may have on enhancing your current sentencing. So, in other words, if a woman who's 15, 15 years ago, got arrested for shoplifting because she was too poor to feed her kids. If something else happens on down the road and she ends up going back into the system, that previous conviction is going to have a significant impact on how much time she does. So we want to make sure that people's histories don't become a reason for us to continually punish them. All right. So I'm going to make this quick, make this short, but just want to really, really, really encourage folks to vote up and down your ballot, vote across your ballot, right? And again, I live in a state where we have mail-in ballots. And so you got to vote across the ballot. You got to turn the ballot over. There are things on the back of the ballot. If you're going into the booth, you got to go down each of those punch, some places electronic, in some places you actually punch it. But make sure if you don't understand, talk to your officials. If there's somebody out there trying to intimidate you, do not let them intimidate you. It is your right as a human being, first. Secondly, as an American, to vote. Can't nobody stop you from voting, right? Make sure you have your ID because they're gonna try to, that's why I say mail-in vote, right? If you've already if you have a mail-in vote, now would be a good time to do it, right? Um, we should have like family reunions, where the purpose is to vote. We should have a family reunion at the ballot box, a family reunion, at the drop-off box. Somebody bring the potato salad, somebody bring the sweet potato pie, and we're just gonna have a family reunion in the parking lot. Just encourage people. Now in Brooklyn, again, you have to be careful because in Brooklyn there was some activists who were out there trying to hand out mask and hand sanitizer, and the cops showed up and made them leave. So you just got to be cognizant of that there's a voter suppression happening everywhere. Now I wouldn't call that voter suppression. I'll just say that they're treating this election in a nuanced way. I'll say it that way. All right. Anyway, again, I appreciate y'all showing up. Appreciate you listening. If you haven't done so already, make sure you like, subscribe. I should probably start doing that at the beginning of the video. Like, subscribe, share, tell somebody about it. Next week, we'll go back into talking to some of our allies and loved ones. We just got to get past the election, right? There's a lot happening. And then I will do the next video in the advocacy series, part 4. All right. Appreciate y'all so much. Tell somebody about it. Go out and vote, mail in your ballots. The couple that votes together stays together, the family that votes together stays together, all that kind of stuff, right? And make sure you don't shame people that aren't able to vote, because some people can't vote. So don't get on Facebook talking about it. If you didn't vote, you're not honoring your people's legacy and how many people have died. Some people are not able to vote. Undocumented people may not be able to vote. Some folks on parole may not be able to vote. So that's not vote shame as well. All right. So let's just be cognizant of that. Okay. I love y'all. Y'all be good. And I will see y'all later. Peace.